Bob Hess here for Easy Rods. We're going to build one of our Beleros right here at Daytona Speedway, March 2010. We're only going to do the back half from the doors, the quarter panels, the inner and outer trunk lid, and the rear bumper here at Daytona's Motor Speedway. In another week, we're going to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we'll be putting the front end of the car on, the hood, the two front fenders, the front bumpers, and the headlights. If you take a look over here, you'll see how the package comes delivered. It comes on a tractor trailer in two fairly large boxes. 4-foot by 4-foot pallets. This box contains all the small parts. The second box here comes on a tractor trailer directly to your business. This is a Motor Speedway. The doors, the quarter panels, the inner and outer trunk lid, and the rear bumper cover. Take a Camaro from 93 to 02, that's 10 years of Camaros, hard tops and convertibles. This is designed to fit a hard top right here. For a convertible, you need to remove this little piece of trim and do a very, very slight trim in this area on the fiberglass panels. I'll show you more about that later. You have to remove the door, the gas cap door, leave the hinge in place, remove the taillights, the rear bumper cover, take a piece of tape, run a piece of tape from one side to the other, and simply trim it with a circular saw. We're going to remove this piece here, unbolt the wing, then set the circular saw down that we've removed the top of the trunk lid. We'll have the taillights and rear bumper cover off, and this piece will go right over the stock Camaro bumper. The trunk lid sitting right over there will go right over the stock Camaro rear trunk lid, and we're going to cut away right now and do a little prep work. Here at Daytona, this is the second day. We've already stripped the car down. We've taken off the taillights, the rear bumper cover, and a little bit of the matrix on top of the bumper. The new fiberglass piece that we have here is designed to glue to this area here, all along the top and down on the bottom. It fits right to this area here. This has to be ground down to bare metal here, here, and here. And this piece will go right over the top and glue and screw on with a couple more screws than we're using right now. It basically goes just like that. Now, if you're doing the hard top, the trunk lid is anchored right at the roof. We're doing the convertible, and the convertible trunk lid hinges are right here. We also have to cut a little section off of the hard top part. This is the hard top piece that goes right over here. And because it's a convertible, it has to be trimmed this much, and two holes cut into the return, so that the hood hinge the trunk hinge can bolt onto it. Here's the quarter panel trimmed up properly, and you can see what I'm talking about here, how we modified this area here to fit around the convertible roof line. The stock Camaro trim will fit right over the top of this, just like you see right here. This will go right into the convertible area here, and the trunk will bolt into these bolts where we made these holes. So you just take this piece, you put it right over the top, close it into the door, and you glue it in place, and that's about it. It comes with all the detail you see here, the 57 150 chrome, the 57 tail lights, the rear bumper Dagmars. You got your brake lights, your directional lights, and your backup lights. This will screw together. It'll glue together through here and fiberglass together. Then they'll be putting the trunk lid back on. If it were a hard top, you just pull the hard top trunk down, and this inner piece will index right to the trunk lid with these pieces, and it closes right down here, okay? So when you raise your trunk lid up, this piece is the inside trunk lid. It connects to the original trunk lid, whether it's a convertible and goes in this arc, or if it's a hard top, it'll come up like this, okay? And then the trunk lid itself, the top of that piece you see right there, glued together, start very quickly, looking like a 57 Chevy. Kind of. Cut.
Go.
Okay, we fit all the pieces to the car. Because it's a convertible, we had to do a little modification and trim this section from the convertible and make a couple of holes where the trunk lid used to be. Trunk lid bolts on. A hard top piece would fold right on immediately, right out of the box. Because we did these modifications, it took a little longer, but you can see right now how easy these panels fit. We modified these parts just by trimming them a little bit to take off your bumper cover, your tail lights, and take the quarter panels, go right over the top of the other quarter panel. It simply snaps in place and just needs to be screwed on and glued on, and it's a done deal. Okay? Days off, we're at a friend's house and we're doing a little work to the car. We have installed the rear trunk lid, the rear bumper, the two rear quarter panels, and glued them in place. They've been screwed in place for a few days. Take a regular Phillips screwdriver, back out the screws, and then you're going to use a 1/2-inch drill, preferably one with almost a dead battery, and just very, very easily kiss. Well, that was a little tough. It just ripped a hole in there, but that's okay. And what you're going to do is mushroom these holes out, and either do it by hand or with a little drill like this, a 2-inch Roll-Ox, and sand that area to a much bigger paper. You're going to use I'm going to paper that out quite a bit. Good idea to take some 80 grit sandpaper and sand inside the hole as well. Blow it off with an air blower, and then fill it with Duraglass tiger hair or Duraglass kitty hair. This was right here. We used vet glue. We knocked down the high spots. It still has a small depression here, so it's ready for lightweight body filler now. Also, we installed the gas cap door. The gas cap door is a real simple deal. We located it with the tape to hold it in place. I'm just removing the tape that holds it in position, and then you open the door here. You'll see that there's a section. If you leave the original quarter panel and don't trim all the way around to the very, very edges, just trim out what you need, you'll have a nice place for this as a door stop, okay? Now you'll notice this is the original hinge. You're going to have to trim the hinge down a little bit. You're going to grind it with a grinder so it has some good tooth to it. Mix up some Duraglass or kitty hair and tape a block on here. Now on this block that I have some foam that doesn't stick to the fiberglass, to the filler. But you can see here how it locates the cap in place. I'm just going to grind these areas back down again, and I'm going to mix up 2 layers of fiberglass, matte and resin. I'm going to use something that doesn't stick. You can use like a Glad bag or something like that, and then a piece of metal on the outside, so it builds up a sandwich between the original cap, between our fiberglass cap, the original hinge, and the fiberglass matte and resin to locate it and make a sandwich out of that hinge. It's real simple to figure out.